I'm glad.
Welcome to our Qwikcut platform. We're pretty excited about what we have to offer. I don't know if you guys did. Dwight, are these your invitees?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Big time. They're going to help me with others too if they like what we see here.
Okay,
I actually just talked to a couple of guys that I said that they want to know how it goes, and I'll get them in on
perfect.
later on in the week.
Feel free to ask any questions, and we'll start with the My Video tab, which is, we've got our buttons in the center, and so we're going to start from the left and work our way down to the right. Takes about 15 minutes to get through it. The My Video page, you'll probably recognize and feel right at home. This looks very similar to what you're used to. And so I'll just flip on and open up a game here. And by default, we have the basic breakdown stats listed here in our columns. But if you wanted to see all of the columns, you can go over to Manage Columns and click All Columns. So we offer two different types of breakdowns. We'll do the basic breakdown, which was those 8 columns of stats, or we'll do our advanced breakdown, which is all of these stats listed here, which is quite a few, and gets kind of cluttered. So the advanced breakdown is going to give you all your individual stats in addition to your team stats. And so we have the choice of either one with your games, with scout games. And I can send you after the meeting, I can send you our stat breakdown of what we all take care of in the advanced breakdown. But the number one question I get asked is about how do you move game film back and forth? If the majority of the teams in your conference, district, region are still using Huddle, how is the exchange work? Well, they're not going to let us into their exchange, but we've made it extremely easy and convenient to move film back and forth. We built this button here called Huddle Import, even colored it orange to make people feel at home. But we've also used that button in every one of our folders. So when you create a game, you get the same 3 folders. You get your game footage, scout footage, and practice footage, just like you're used to. And so if you had 8 scout games for week 1, it would have the number 8 there. And if you practiced, depending on how many clips, videos you're going to put into your practice folder, that will indicate so there. So you're going to ask the upcoming opponent to download their game from Huddle. It's going to come to their email address as a link, clip by clip, and they're going to forward that to you. You're going to do the same for them. You're going to download your game from Qwikcut. It'll come to your email. You'll forward them that email as a link. They can download and then upload to Huddle. Takes about 90 seconds on their end to upload a game from Qwikcut. Takes about 90 seconds on our end to take that link. But here's what's different. With our platform, we've got this little button right here called Huddle Import. When you see that link in an email, all you need to do is copy and paste it right here. Fill out this information, hit submit, and it will automatically download and upload for you on the server. So it won't do it on your computer. So it's 90 seconds. You can do it on your phone if you want. So it's real easy to exchange. We also have an exchange button. So if you guys went after it and convinced everybody in your conference to come on board, and we'll pay you for that. I'll talk about that later. We have the exact same exchange system that you're used to. So you go up over here and you click this little icon right there. And let me do that for you real quick. Type in the name of the school that you want to send it to, hit submit, boom, and they've got the game. And so we've got the one-way exchange, two-way exchange. You can determine if you want intercut, if you want 50, if you've got end zone. All of that stuff would be available for you to exchange with your upcoming opponent. Or, maybe it's later in the season and you got a buddy of yours that's playing one of your opponents from week 2 and you want to send them everything. You have the ability to send them everything easily. Okay? So if you're bringing over past seasons and you have the data breakdown, either you guys did it as a coaching staff or you guys sent it in and did a Huddle Assist. Did you guys use Huddle Assist last year?
No, my wife and son tag our games during the game.
Perfect. All right. How about you, Coach? You guys used it?
Yeah, I did use Huddle Assist.
Okay. So whether you used it or not, if you guys tagged your games, you can bring that data over very easily. So in Huddle, when you click download, it'll have a little box that you can check to bring the data with it. and then it'll come down in a link, and you can upload the link. It'll take the Excel file and it'll move everything over for you. So you can literally move 4, 5, 6 seasons over in about an hour and a half. It's real quick and easy. And we'll walk you through that. We'll help you with that if you need it. So you'll notice that our play buttons are very similar to what you're used to. Everything here is connected to the keyboard. So you've got your up and down arrows, you've got your space bar, you've got slow motion, everything's identical. Telestration down here is extremely similar to what you're used to. So you should feel right at home. Upper left-hand corner, you've got, all of your stats will once you get them in there, will appear in the upper left-hand corner. So creating playlists, stat entry. So if your wife's tagging your game, you can do it here right in stat entry. And notice you'll have a lot more functionality right here. Instead of having to skip over columns, depending on the play type, everything here is based on play type. So as soon as I click the play type, it's going to give me stats based on a run. If I switch that to pass, it's going to give me all the stats based on a pass play. So everything will change down here depending on what type of play type it is. So I've got my offense and my defense. When you do this on the right-hand side, we've found that it's much quicker and more efficient to do your stats. It will automatically populate down below like you're used to, but you won't have to keep scrolling back and forth, up and down. And we heard enough feedback. Guys are like, well, I still like doing it the old way. So that's why we have the columns down listed below as well. Another thing that you can do is
Can you pause for 1 second?
Yes, sir.
You may have said it and I missed it, but if my wife and son are tagging the game and the game's over, how does it get from my iPad to that column? How do I import it in?
Okay, so we have a mobile app. So if that iPad has internet or you've got tied to your hotspot, you can do that live.
Right during the game.
Right during the game. And if they're quick, they can do a whole bunch of columns for you.
That would be okay.
Yeah.
Well, they do a bunch of columns for me, but we've all downloaded and then I had to.
Oh, no. Yep.
Match it with my game.
This will automatically be in there for you.
That's awesome.
Now, if I happen to be the linebacker coach, maybe the D-backs coach, I can go into manage columns here and I can create my own set of stats and my own columns. So if I'm logging in as the linebacker coach, I don't care about a lot of this stuff. I just want to see the stuff that's going to pertain to my guys. I can do that by creating a preset name. I can call it linebackers. And every time I log in, I just click linebackers and I'd go to see just the stats that are going to pertain to my guys. If there isn't a stat in here that you guys keep track of, you have the ability to go in and create your own stats, custom stats. So I'm going to jump into the My Team tab and show you how that works. So here's all of our default stats. And the ones that are locked are our basic stats that we would do just like Huddle Assist. And then the rest of these are in the advanced group. So, we're going to try to guess which hole he was supposed to run up. And we're just going to give you a lot more details so you can get a lot more reports. That's going to be an interesting one as my guys try to figure out where they were supposed to run. If you want to create your own stat, boom, green button right here, name the stat. What do you want to do with that stat? You want to add text, a number, jersey, true or false? Is it associated with the play type? Boom, submit it. It will appear in this list, and this list, you can customize everything. Move it around, so your columns are going to be customized the way you want them. If you're the linebacker coach, you want your stuff, boom. That's how you're going to do that, break down data. So if you get customized data, you can then also do customized reports. So back to the My Video tab. Customized reports. Oh, I got to select a game first. I'll grab 2 games and then hit reports. Now here are our default reports. And then the ones with the garbage can, the red garbage can, are our customized reports, which we just did these for the demo. But if I wanted to create a new report, I'd hit this green button. I'd title it. And then I'd start selecting the filter. So if I want ODK, I want down, and I always use a linebacker coach, but if I'm the linebacker coach, I want to get all of the stats that are going to pertain to my guys so I can do a report that's just going to work for me. Okay. So complete customization with stats and reports. And then that report will show up down here, and I'll have that for the rest of the season. All right. We're going to jump into the My Team tab, unless you guys have any questions about the My Video. No, we'll jump into My Team. This one's pretty basic. This is where you're going to add your roster. This is where you're going to add your coaches. We have a messaging system just like you are used to. You're going to be able to see the last time they logged in. You're going to be able to see how long they logged in for, and this is different, and you're going to see how many clips they looked at. So somebody logs in for an hour, and then they looked at 2 clips, you know they went and played video games. And this works for coaches too. So if you're the head coach, just don't tell anybody that. But you'll be able to monitor all your assistants too. So we've got the messaging tool. You can create groups. You can message the entire group. One thing I want to go back to on the My Video tab is the grading system, player grading. So if I click on a game, you'll see I have a tab down here called player grading. And this one's, I really like this, and a lot of coaches are like, man, that's pretty cool. So I click on player grading, and each one of these has access to my roster. So I can go in and put my starting lineup for offense. It'll automatically save. I can put my starting lineup for defense and special teams. And then all of my position coaches can go in and give them a grade on every clip of the game. You've got 3 different grading systems to choose from, plus or minus, 5 down to a 1, or A to F. And then you can also add customized rows. So if you've got more than just, if you give them an effort grade or a hustle grade, whatever you guys do on your staff, this is all interconnected with the player's profile page. So when you guys are done grading your players, your athletes are going to be able to see what they got as a cumulative score for the game. Plus they're going to be able to see what grade they got on every play. If your position coaches are going in and creating a separate playlist of offense or defense, they can go and mark those things up, and they'll know why they got the grade they did before they come to practice on Monday. So, you know, alleviates some of that needed time in the past for that quality video time with your team. Now you can do it by groups, or you can have a lot of it done before you come to practice on Monday. So player grading. As a coach, then I can go into the My Team tab, and I can grab player grading. I have access to everybody on my team. I can open them up, and I can see what their cumulative score was for every game. So that's the player grading, breakdown data. Last item in the My Team page is our photo library, or I should say media library. I felt as I had the opportunity to play in high school. I had the opportunity to play in college. I officiated. I've coached at the high school level, at the youth level, football, basketball, baseball. I felt it was important that athletes have access to all of their media for the rest of their lives. I'm hunting for, we won state in basketball my senior year of high school. I'm hunting for that video still. A couple of weeks ago, I finally reached the coach that we beat. Well, I didn't reach him. I reached his son. The coach had died a year ago. But our system allows your athletes to always have access to their game footage, to their highlights, and to their media. So if you've got a student or a parent that's shooting action shots on the sideline, you give them permission, and they would upload all those photos. Your athletes can then go in and tag themselves in those photos, and they can use them in the highlights. So when they graduate from your program, we go back to them with an email and say, hey, we're going to give you access to this for the rest of your life. It's $4.95 for the year, and you'll have access every year that you want access. You know, when they're 19, 20 years old, they could care less, but when they start getting a little bit older, they'd like to have access to that stuff, and now they'll have access. I think Huddle's kind of missing the boat on that one. So that's the My Team tab. Next button is probably causing the most buzz on the internet, because we don't know if we're going to be able to allow people into the stadium like we did in the past. There may be social distancing. We may have a limit to just parents and brothers and sisters coming into the games. So our My Fans tab allows you as a coach to sell access to your parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, alumni, and anybody in the community that wants to watch your games that can't get to the games. Every athlete has a My Fans tab. They'll go in and they can add a fan and as many as they want. The season pass is $50, and we're going to give you 70% of the revenue of that $50. There's other companies out there that are doing 50%. We're going to give you 70% of the profit. And so this could be an extremely lucrative fundraiser for you, because now you get to sell something that people actually want. Down here in Florida, when I was coaching, it was like most of these people here in Florida, their relatives were from up north. They didn't grow up down here. It was rare to meet somebody here in Central Florida that grew up here. And so they want to watch those games. Uncles, want to watch their nephews play. Grandparents want to watch their grandson play. So whether this COVID-19 thing was going on or not, you'll have the opportunity to sell access to parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. And all you do is have your kids do it. They add the email addresses. You as the head coach have this button right here called the Fan Dashboard. If you've got a Twitter following, you can go and grab the link, post that on Twitter, post that on Facebook, and say, hey, you want to watch our games this year? Well, this is what they get for that $50. They get instant replay at their fingertips. We're not doing a live stream. If you guys are tech savvy at all, a live stream you can't pause and you cannot rewind. It just keeps going through halftime, what we do differently for football with our mobile app is we upload clip by clip. So if you're using our Qwikcut platform, you don't have to upload your video after the game. It's already there. And then if your wife's tagging live, it's already there before you get to the locker room. If it's an away game and they're tagging it, you can watch the game on your bus ride home on your phone or on your tablet. So the game uploads live. Your fans will see those plays 2 to 3 seconds after the whistle blows. So as soon as the whistle blows, maybe it's 4 or 5 seconds, because we're not going to hit the pause button. Your camera operators are going to go 4 or 5 seconds after the whistle blows, depending on the play. And once they hit that pause button, takes 2 to 3 seconds. The clip is there. I've got instant replay. They can post big plays on social media 2 to 3 seconds after they hit the pause button. So if your team has a big play, crucial, just game changer, all the fans that are involved in your program can post that on social media. We also let them save up to 5 clips a game so that they can create a highlight video for themselves of their nephew or their grandson, whatever it may be. So that's the My Fans tab. Florida State used this, their men's lacrosse team, and they were averaging just under 600 people. So if you do the math, you get 300 fans at $50 a pop, and you're getting 70% of the revenue. You're going to make $12,000 to $15,000 as a fundraiser. And all you have to do is customize the email that's going out, and then hit the send button 4 or 5 times in about a 2-week period. When this number stops growing, you contact us and we send you a check for that dollar amount. That's the My Fans tab. Playbook. Our playbook is very, very similar to what you are used to. Here's the 2 differences. We allow you to export and import plays. So if you've got somebody, friend of yours, that's running the same offense, same defense, you can now swap plays. You can swap playbooks. You can sell your playbook if you want. If you got a successful offense and you can start marketing yourself, you can tell people, hey, I'm going to sell this to you. The other big difference is we don't charge for our playbook. So that's $199 savings right there. It's given to you. You'll get playbook and presentations. Presentations will be built out during the football season and be done just in time for the clinic season, so that you'll be able to, if you guys are presenting in any of the clinics or coaches clinics. Couple things that are happening in the next 3 weeks with our playbook. We're going to be adding colors so that you can color code, your primary receiver, your secondary receiver. We're going to add in animation. We're going to add the ability to add clips to each play. And then you'll have lines, 11 blanks where you can put, hey, this is what the center does on this play. This is what the right tackle does, left tackle, and so on. So all that's coming here in the next 2-3 weeks. Last item right here, highlights. This is, believe it or not, the second most asked question I get. Do you guys have an editor? My kids have to be able to build highlights. Yes, we have an editor. So they'll get access to all their game footage. And you'll notice that our video player is a little bit more sharp and crisp than what you're used to. The video looks better. We got a slightly better resolution with our video. And once they build the entire video, they can do slow motion, they can add music, they can draw on the video. They hit this green button right here, and it will send them a link to their email for them to download for free. Here's what I always tell people. Shoot in 1920 by 1080. We're going to bring it down in the resolution. We tried keeping it at 1920 by 1080, but then it starts to buffer on the mobile app. So we found that happy medium where we could bring it down and it wouldn't buffer. And that's about 1280 by 720. That's what the resolution of our video is. And you can buy a $180 Sony Handycam and get this type of resolution. Okay. So our highlight editor allows your athletes to download their highlight video for free. This allows them to post it on whatever social media platform they want. All right. You guys have any questions about anything?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes. We are at the back door. We're at the exit sign right now for the football platform. So Dwight can get you set up on a 15-day free trial. There's no obligation. You're not putting your credit card in. And it's the full version, so you can go and play with it. You can move a season over if you want. You can do whatever you want. You can add your coaches. You can add players. And then if you want to do another Zoom because you got some questions, you just let Dwight know, and I'll schedule one for you guys. I want you guys to fall in love with the platform. I want you guys to get it, try it out, make sure it does everything that you expect it to do. And then it makes it a whole lot easier to call somebody up and says, man, I just saved, $1,500. Just to give you guys an idea, the gold package for Huddle is $1,600. It's 200 hours of video, right? That cost me $20 a year for storage, a year. Storage is dirt cheap. And it's only going to get cheaper. I get asked the question, well, what are you going to charge us next year? I expect our prices to go down. I don't know if it'll be next year or the year after, because every video that's uploaded to the internet is using old school technology. YouTube, Huddle, and Qwikcut are all using technology that's 10 years old. They've got newer technologies that cut the file size in half. And they just haven't implemented them yet. They've been out for about 3 years. As soon as they start, and here's the problem, Google Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer, and Firefox have not switched over to the new technology yet. Once they all switch over, then the file sizes are going to get cut in half, and storage will be cut in half. So storage is dirt cheap. And you guys know, how many times do you go back and watch film from 8 years ago? It might happen occasionally during the off season, but it sits on the shelf and it's so cheap. That's why I'm like, don't delete that stuff. There's kids that want that stuff. So
yeah, and that's exactly where I'm at, because I retired in 2013 and I've got cases that go all the way back to VHS. Then we went to digital, and I refuse to throw them out because I know there's going to be a kid. What I liked is the thing there. And I see the market for like alumni.
absolutely.
Kids call me now, Coach, do you have any of the film from so-and-so?
Yep.
And with that feature that you have there, that access, I think that's a big seller there.
Yep.
I mean, I think the alumni would love that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I was going to let you bring all yours over.
You guys can build your alumni base by, at the school you're at, if they've got old VHS or even film, reel to reel, we can convert that stuff for you and get it up, and you can invite them to look at it.
How would you like to have some Emmitt Smith?
I'd love that.
How'd you like some
I'd
of that?
absolutely love that.
I wrote my note down about you would do that, so you're going to get some Emmitt Smith. You want to throw something up there, the 120 of these right there.
I'd absolutely love it.
Some of that.
He didn't buy that from you, huh, Emmett? He probably already has it.
Oh, and I've already sent it to him, but I got it still in the 16 millimeter cans and in the VHS and the DVDs. I got every one of them in Narnia over there. Oh, you're going to get some good stuff. You want to use that.
Absolutely. I see
that running back.
Well, if you guys have any questions or want me to do a Zoom for your staff or for your other coaches at the school, I'm game. All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Appreciate your time,
Appreciate
guys. Thank you.
Thank you all.